for the visiting at small forward.
A great way to finish the week. Now let's... take a look at Phoenix's opening lineup. They've got Royce O'Neal. Kevin Durant is out there with Nick Richards. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Dunn in at the 2. And for Minnesota, Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Naz Reid out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at point. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
Now here's Durant. Shot clock at 6. Launches a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And Durant focuses on taking high percentage threes, which is why he's so efficient from there.
Reid a screen on Durant. Out to DiVincenzo. Reid sets a screen. Outside, DiVincenzo fires the 3. Durant pulls it in. The Suns have gone 1 for 3 so far. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. McDaniels. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, he'll take it.
Now here's Booker. Over McDaniels. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good.
Throw out those analytics. When Booker is taking a 15, 20-footer, that's a great look for him and his squad.
You know, Booker gets a lot of praise for his scoring, but how about his skill as a passer, Richard?
Oh, he's a good decision-maker, B.A. He's able to read defenses and dissect them with his passing. He's shown he can be a traditional, quote-unquote, point guard.
Now here's Durant. And it falls all over the rim and in. Durant's got 5 points.
It just looks too easy. Durant with the skill and height to get anything he wants from the mid-range.
Nice shot by DiVincenzo.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Phoenix leading by 4. Outside Booker. The kick to Durant. Three-pointer. Booker can't get it to go. Minnesota's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. For 3, Randle. The Suns clear it. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
That's just too easy for D-Book. You can't give him an opening like that.
Reid sets a screen. Outside, DiVincenzo. Outside McDaniels. 6 on the shot clock. Left side Reid. Plenty of space. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
Screen by Durant. Oh, sweet move. Oh, rejected by McDaniels. Outside Edwards. Here he goes. and he makes it on the layup.
You got to bring more muscle if you want to stop Edwards from scoring. He's gifted at converting through contact.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning. Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Randall, right side. Pass to McDaniels. Now Reed. And it's blocked. Well, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. Phoenix leading by 6. Now here's Booker. Durant with a screen on McDaniels. Good chance here for Booker. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 8 so far. And here's Edwards outside. Knocks it down from distance. Edwards has got 5 now.
When Edwards knocks down threes, Ant is pretty much unstoppable.
Outside Booker. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. Suns ahead, up 3. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, it's clearly a focus for them in this one, and no question that all the second chance looks are paying off.
Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Naz Reid out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. Now here's Edwards. McDaniels, a screen on Durant. Here's Edwards. Second shot opportunity. And they're going to count that bucket. And they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. Minnesota is shooting their first free throw of the contest. And it's tied up with that one. And Richard, as we've seen, sometimes all a player needs to prosper is a change of scenery.
Well, no doubt, B.A. One of the biggest deciding factors in being successful is how you fit into a system and how you fit in with the players around you.
Booker, good.
Woo, Booker showing some power.
Edwards against Durant. McDaniels, a screen on Durant. Edwards can't hit. And for the Suns, their shooting has been good. 50. Oh, big finish!
Wow. Okay, I see you. Okay, KD for a little extra on that one.
Edwards can't hit.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
Booker, the pass to Durant. KD jams it straight down.
Okay, normally the guy is a sleeper, but those were 2 loud points there by Kevin Durant.
Edwards can't get that one to fall. The Suns lead by 6. Outside Booker. The 3. Devin Booker for 3.
Adding to this lead right now, riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
And here's Edwards outside. Gets the 3 to fall. Edwards got 6 here in the quarter.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
Oh, Durant hits through contact. He's unstoppable.
Unique body type. Durant slips past you in a hurry.
Well, the last few years, Richard, the Suns have had some all-time greats, but this is Devin Booker's team.
No doubt, drafted in 2015. Book's been here his entire career. His first few seasons, the team was Let's just say they were rebuilding, but Devin stayed loyal and enjoyed some stellar seasons since then.
And the offensive firepower Edwards is capable of is special. I mean, we are seeing it on full display right now.
Pass to Richards. Here's O'Neal. Reed with the rebound.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And here's O'Neal. No made baskets yet. 1:43 left to play in the first half. Richards, pass to Durant. Let's go with a three. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
McDaniels passes to Reed. Now here's DiVincenzo. Outside for Randall. Lets the three fly. The offensive rebound. O'Neal with it. DiVincenzo picks him up. Dunn outside. Outside O'Neal. Pass to Durant. Back to O'Neal. Here's the three. Here's Richards. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, nothing soft about that.
Was not going to be denied. Just took the dunk that was right in front of him.
And that's his MO. Be physical, get in position for the putback, and throw it down. The defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
Here's Edwards. After the basket by Phoenix on the other end. No one covering. Reed's got himself on the board with a three there.
And how about Edwards keeping his head up and spotting the open man?
Booker surveying the D. Pass to Durant. McDaniels against Booker. That's good. And so Durant with the assist. Booker's got 7 now in this quarter. Outside Edwards. Randall outside. McDaniels from long range. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's Phoenix closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. We'll be right back. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Kevin Durant has really been making it happen here, guys.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Kicking off the second half. Here's Mike Budenholzer's 5. Damian Lee out there with Bol Bol. Then there's Grayson Allen. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's Iguodaro in at the 5, roaming the paint.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
And Minnesota with possession here. They trail by 7. Here's Alexander Walker. Fires in the triple. Alexander Walker's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's Beal. He's closely guarded. Tipped away and stolen by Gobert. Here's Shannon. Inside. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Down low. Here's Gobert. Pass to Shannon. 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Miller misses the 3. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. Fires for 3. And Bol hits from deep. And the Suns lead by 7.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
Picked by Gobert. Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Shannon. Miller, a screen on Beal. Back to Alexander Walker. 4-3. Offensive rebound. Another shot. Using the size. Gobert.
Outstanding job converting in close. Gobert understands how to execute around the rim.
Allen with it. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Alexander Walker grabs the board. Timberwolves trail by 5. Grayson Allen's shooting gets a lot of attention, Richard, but his efficiency is also impressive.
No, it's his shooting and efficiency that causes problems for defenses. When he's on the floor, there will be much more space for everyone else to work.
And so it's Phoenix with it, following the score by Minnesota. Outside Bull. It's Beal on the wing. Softly drops in the floater. Beal's got his first basket.
Let me tell you, Beal is crafty. He will figure out a way to get inside.
Miller, a screen on Allen. Here's Alexander Walker. Miller outside. Now here's Alexander Walker. Allen defending. Alexander Walker with the bucket.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Now here's Beal. Tight defense on him. Pass to Iguodaro. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Gobert. Alexander Walker with it. Picked up by Allen. A minute 31 left in the third quarter. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
Just lost his head out there. It'll happen if you're pushing a little too hard.
The Suns lead by 3.
Who's watching here?
Now Beal. There's the triple. Miller pulls it in. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Here's Alexander Walker. Here's Gobert. Ooh, tried to dunk it home, but he drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. It goes on Bol.
And wow, I mean, Gobert had them fooled. The pump fake puts the defender totally off balance.
So he makes 1 of 2, and the second one misses. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Here's Beal, and then Beal with the dunk.
And that's how you finish at the rim. Beal leaving no room for error.
Timberwolves trail by 4. There's a screen. Outside, Alexander Walker. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Minnesota shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. That one drops. He ties it up. Here's Allen. Still no points. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Into the lane. Pass to Iguodaro. 4 on the clock. Bowl, no good. Outside, Alexander Walker. Line up. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. That's the end of the third, and it's tied up. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And from the two-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
And from a team perspective, having your off-guard rip-off passes like that, it's awesome. It shows you have guys willing to give up the rock.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. So that's the Timberwolves 5. And for Minnesota, they're shooting 46%, a decent average so far. Edwards finds Randle. Back to Edwards. Reid to screen on Booker to take the lead. Oh, the finish inside by Edwards.
Outstanding work in close. Edwards is just so confident from this area.
Booker against McDaniels. And that one's good.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for them.
Now here's Edwards. He takes it in. Edwards coming through.
The tenacity from Edwards. I mean, I love when he attacks the basket like that.
McDaniels against Booker. Pulls up, high post. Oh, right between the eyes. All net that time.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Booker, the pass to Durant. Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the 4th. From deep, Durant.
Easy money. Durant claps back with a 3.
And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards. Wow.
Booker against McDaniels. Outside Booker, driving in. Oh, coming in hot, Devin Booker.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Wow. Edwards almost makes it look effortless. Like the whole team wasn't holding their breath right there.
There's Booker on the attack. Oh, and Reid with a block. McDaniels against Booker. The kick out to Edwards. Counted from distance. Edwards has got 11 in the second half.
And this is how confident Edwards is. Feels like he can sink these shots whenever he wants.
They get it again. Here's Richards. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
At this stage of the game, the offensive rebounding and putback is massive. It feels like a 4-point swing.
No question, it's a big impact play. Credit to him for working hard to find that opportunity.
That one drops for him.
I think I've lost track of how many of their possessions have ended exactly like that.
Efficiency is key, especially down the stretch.
Pass to Durant. Three-pointer. Reid with the rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. Just missed it.
Now Edwards. He's covered by O'Neal. Edwards looking it over. 6 to shoot. Reid sets a screen. Edwards with it. Whoa! Oh, my goodness!
Can you say terrific athlete? Edwards just enjoys getting deep positioning and rising up for the slam.
It's Booker on the wing. McDaniels covering. And it's off from three-point range.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
It's Edwards on the wing. The steal.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
Anything other than a make is game over. This is where you lean on your stars to get you to the finish line.
For three, Durant. Oh, he nails it! And now they trail by just 4.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
There's 18 seconds left in the final quarter. Edwards against Durant. Edwards with it. And so it's Minnesota who scrapes by with a win. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
NBA on. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. We've got Hayes, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then there's Doncic, and it's LeBron in at the 2 spot. And for the Timberwolves, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Reed. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. Doncic. Rebound, Minnesota.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Back to McDaniel. Count that one. McDaniel's got his team on the board to start the game for the Timberwolves.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
Here's Doncic. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
Anthony Edwards is a classic 2-guard, Clark, a spectacular player. What has impressed you most about his development?
Well, he's got a great body. He had it when he got into the league after just 1 year of college. Tremendous basketball body, strength and length and bounce. Now he's worked on refining his skill. I think the biggest thing that's impressed me is not only his work ethic, but his poise. He's not a guy that plays frantically. He plays with intentionality and purpose, and that's a tough thing to do when you've got his athletic ability and you're as young as he is.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. It's tipped. Randle outside. It's blocked, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And another 3 for Minnesota. Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Doncic with a screen for James. And LeBron throws it down.
An ultra competitor in everything he does. LeBron doesn't go up just for the simple layup. He wants to throw it down.
No one near Randle as he lets it go. Buries the long-range jumper.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
McDaniels against Doncic. Shoots over McDaniel. And a beautiful finish by Doncic. Doncic has got his second basket of the game. DiVincenzo against Doncic. DiVincenzo hits the bucket.
I like to see when guards come inside. DiVincenzo trying to send a message with that hoop.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
And it's James missing. Timberwolves leading by 7. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. There's 1:40 left here in the first quarter. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Randle. Six to shoot. Pulls it from the elbow. It's hauled in by LeBron.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Picked by Finney-Smith. Here's Doncic. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Luka uses his body to create space and then finds the inside look.
Doncic against DiVincenzo. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Hayes. And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 7-point differential. And the foul called on Edwards. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Doncic from deep three-point land. No good on the quick three. Minnesota leading by 7. Outside Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. Edwards looking it over. Just 4 to shoot. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Edwards got 5.
And with the way he can rise, Edwards able to get that shot off anytime.
Doncic dishes to James. For the 3. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Timberwolves.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got James. Jackson Hayes is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Doncic in at the 1 spot. Count that 1. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut to just 7 on the basket from Vanderbilt. Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. DiVincenzo kicks to Reed. Up and in on the layup. Reed's got the lead back up to 9 now for the Timberwolves. And Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
And it's Hayes in the corner. Doncic with a screen on DiVincenzo. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. Doncic knocks in the 3.
Hey, if there's time on the clock, there's time for Luka to make a shot.
Reed with a screen on Doncic. DiVincenzo kicks to Reed. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Reed's got the lead up to 9 now for Minnesota. Doncic against McDaniel. Here's Hayes, and Hayes throws it down.
Capable of running the offense, Doncic fantastic at getting his teammates involved.
And Clark, it's hard to compare Luka Doncic to any other player we've seen before.
I would certainly agree with that. Ditto to that, Kevin, because he is unique. His pace is never hurry. He never gets rattled. He complains to officials a little bit more than I'd like to see, but he's strong, he's got great touch and feel, and he scores at all 3 levels, and he's a brilliant passer.
Here's DiVincenzo. After the basket by the Lakers, Reed finds McDaniel. From past the arc.
Defensively, this is what Finney-Smith gives you. A guy who can match up against just about anybody.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 9. James looking it over. It's deflected. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Poke loose. Doncic with the steal. Luka on the move. And Doncic throws it down.
Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
And Reed throws it down.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
1:58 left to play in the first half. Doncic against McDaniel. LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. Shot clock at 6. They set the pick. The 3 ball. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Doncic giving you the full package. Superstar, for sure.
DiVincenzo kicks to Reed. And Jared Vanderbilt gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
A minute 20 left in the second quarter. Reed with a screen on Doncic. Just 5 on the clock. And Reed throws it down.
I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Outside, James. Here's Vanderbilt. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
Boy, making the right decision in pick and rolls, the right basketball play. James is excellent at that.
Here's DiVincenzo. And a missed layup.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Hayes. And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Stolen by Reed. And now Minnesota on the fast break. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Reed with a screen for DiVincenzo. The three-pointer is right on target. DiVincenzo's got 5.
And there's DiVincenzo with the quick trigger. Cannot give him any room defensively. You've got to eliminate his airspace.
And a wide open look for James. Again, the miss by the Lakers. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball. Nails the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
Oz Reed has been on display for the Timberwolves. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first 2 quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Miller is out there with Gobert. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Shannon in at the point. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most defensive player of the year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of the shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. Clark, what is it about Austin Reeves' style of play that makes him such a good scorer?
I love the fact that he can change pace with the dribble. You know, he's not super fast, but he's not slow either. What he is shifty and smart. He's got good size, good ball skills, and he's got a nice mid-range jumper. All of that allows him to keep defenders off balance.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Here's Gobert. Second shot opportunity. And slam dunk by Gobert.
This is where Gobert likes to park himself, right around the rack.
Here's Hachimura. Hits it from three-point range. Hachimura's got his first 3 points of the game.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's Alexander Walker. Oh, good with the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Back to Hachimura. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
Just solid with the jump shot. Hachimura helps your offense in a number of ways. In that case, spacing the floor.
Poked away. Goodwin with the steal. to the wing right side. Miller against Hachimura. Goodwin sets a screen for Hachimura. And it's Goodwin in the corner. Clock at 6. Back to Hachimura. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
One thing about the Lakers, Clark, over the last couple seasons, they get themselves to the free throw line.
Yeah, and a lot of that is due to the fact they've got some real creators in their lineup, guys who can attack off the dribble at multiple positions from multiple angles, and that creates pressure for the defense.
Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Hachimura.
And the confidence Hachimura has in himself, knows he can score from this area when given the chance.
The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Reeves outside. Hachimura the screen. Reeves with it, and it's Miller picking him up. And that one drops. 6 points for Austin Reeves.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Alexander Walker finds Gobert. Here's Minot. Rebound the Lakers. Here's Connect. Lakers passing it around. Count that one.
Not just a jump shooter. Connect is very capable of capitalizing inside.
Alexander Walker passes to Gobert. The three. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. And a wide open look for Hachimura. Lenka kicks to Hachimura. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Now it's just a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
And we know Hachimura has a confident personality. You see it there with the rise and fire approach. Nice.
Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Resourceful move there, ending the...
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. The Timberwolves on top, up by 5. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth, we've got Doncic. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Jackson Hayes. And it's LeBron in at the shooting guard position. Pulls up from the corner. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Out to the right wing. McDaniels against Doncic. McDaniels kicks to Reeves. Good on the triple. Reeves got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Timberwolves. Here's James. Clark, he just rocked the rim.
Insanity on display right there. Wow.
Woo.
And what an explosive finisher LeBron is, rocking the rim whenever he goes up like that. Just rubbing it in their faces with that.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
James absorbing hits on the drive.
And making it look easy. LeBron overwhelms the defense inside.
Here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Reed. Back to DiVincenzo. And it's good, 2 points. DiVincenzo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Edwards with it. He's picked up by LeBron. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And the 3-ball is good. And now it's an 11-point Timberwolves lead.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too, as a matter of fact. I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
Vanderbilt the pass to LeBron. LeBron playing like a big man inside.
His overall size and strength really sets James apart from the rest of his peers when you think about his skill set inside.
DiVincenzo finds Reed. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
1:58 left in the game. Randall with a screen for DiVincenzo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jacks up a 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Vanderbilt a screen on Randall to the inside. Got that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Vanderbilt.
Now, I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Reed with a screen for DiVincenzo. It's Edwards on the wing. Randall a screen on LeBron. Unloads from 13. Edwards can't hit. Lakers trail by 10. Lets it go from deep. Oh, LeBron from long distance.
I think LeBron is best shooting the ball off the dribble. His accuracy, spot on.
Reed with a screen for Edwards. Pass to Randall. Now here's DiVincenzo. And Randall throws it down.
Boy, what a throwdown by the well-built 6'9" Julius Randle with power.
The 3 from LeBron. Offensive rebound, Finney-Smith. Doncic against McDaniel. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
Luka's so smart to get other guys involved in the action. Very good at not forcing it and trying to do everything himself.
Here's Finney-Smith. It's good. And now they trail by just 4. And that's an intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Unflappable. This guy relishes being the man to put the game away.
Doncic outside. Stolen by McDaniels. And Edwards launches it from deep. No good there. And so the Timberwolves take the win. It was an all right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg.
starts, and the NBA with, and now the Los Angeles starters. Luka Doncic is out there with James. Then there's Jackson Hayes. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Vanderbilt in at the power forward position. And for Phoenix, Bol out there with Nick Richards. Then there's Kevin Durant. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's Dunn in at the 2. Oh, we've got quite the matchup in store tonight, Doris. Two conference rivals set to clash once again.
NBA, there's typically a little bit of chippiness because it is clear these two teams don't like each other, and you and I are here for all of it.
James with the rebound. Vanderbilt inside. Oh!
LeBron is such a student of the game. This guy knows exactly how to get the defense reacting and hits the open man.
Here's Booker. Got a hand on it. Now James. Pass to Doncic. James outside. Oh, LeBron hammers it home.
That is why the ticket price is what it is when LeBron is in town. Amazing dunk to finish the play.
Bol, the screen on Doncic. Done with it. Guarded now by Finney-Smith. To the inside. And stolen by Hayes. Here we go. For the finish. And finished off by Hayes.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Booker, good.
You have to honor Booker's range. This guy can get flowing from the three-point line.
Devin Booker is a two-guard, Doris. What's Book do that makes him special at that position?
I mean, so many things in terms of his skill. He's an elite shooter. He has become an excellent decision maker. He can get to the mid-range. He's a three-level scorer. There's so many things. But my favorite thing is watching this guy in an NBA Finals play with a broken nose, be hit repeatedly, and never flinch. His toughness and competitive edge is always there nightly, and I love that.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Jared Vanderbilt. That's his first foul. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Mike Budenholzer and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He had a sleepless night trying to figure out how to stop Luka Doncic. He said it's rare to see a player force the other 9 players on the floor to play at his pace. It's very methodical. Like a machine, he said Doncic shows no mercy. Brian?
And Allie, thanks. Here's Doncic. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Well, the hoop and the harm. Luka Doncic, the finish, and he'll get an opportunity to add to that.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the game. That's good from Doncic. Doris, you talk about a guy who forces you to play at his pace. That's Luka Doncic.
Oh, my goodness, B.A., there's no question. He's got tremendous patience. He's in complete command of the tempo of the game. But maybe my favorite aspect is how he manipulates the game to get defenders off balance.
2 minutes.
Screen by Durant. Shot clock at 5. Booker can't get it to go. The Lakers lead by 6. Finney Smith passes to Vanderbilt. Durant against James. On the take, and slam dunked by James.
And LeBron James wins this battle right at the beginning. Explosive first step.
Bull finds Durant. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. The Lakers have gone 6 of 7 and looking good. Here's Doncic. Pass to Vanderbilt. And here's Hayes. With the drive. Back to Vanderbilt. James with the ball. Durant covering. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Suns trail by 8. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
And so it's James with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And Booker, here we go. Will it go? Another miss for him. He's 2 for 6. Los Angeles leading by 10. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Offensive board. Out to James. Hayes with a screen. Clock at 6. Second shot opportunity. And that one's good. James has got 6.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And so it's Los Angeles going into the break up 12. And they've done well in limiting Durant's production, making him uncomfortable. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, Lakers look pretty much in control here.
It's all about the strong inside-out game in the first period. It really helped them get some clean looks down low.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Kevin Durant is out there with Bull. Then there's Devin Booker. Then there's Nick Richards. And it's done in at the 2 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. James outside. Yes! He's still got it!
LeBron James leaves no doubt about that one. Punches it home as soon as he gets the opportunity.
All right, Doris, what's kind of an unsung stat you appreciate about the Suns lineup?
Wow, they are so gifted offensively. So I'd have to say very good at getting to the free throw line. That's important. Very good at baiting defenders and putting your opponent into the bonus. That's big. Attacking into coverage. They get to spend plenty of time at the free throw line. It's an underrated advantage, BA.
Booker, the pass to Bull. Fires from the wing, and he knocks the jumper down.
It's incredible. I mean, it changes the dynamic of your offense when you have bigs who can shoot the ball.
It's almost gotten to the point where you have to be able to hit that face-up jumper nowadays. Very few exceptions to that rule.
Here's James. James, a freight train coming!
Yeah, the defense has got to push LeBron James out of position. If he's on the interior, guys, it's over.
The 3, Booker. Here's Richards. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass, getting it done.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
James, outside. Rejected by Bull. And they'll keep possession to the paint. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It goes on Kevin Durant. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
They've also done a great job finding openings and exploiting them. Take those lanes when they're given and turn them into points.
Booker for three. Oh, Booker with the triple. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there's so many great players. Michael, LeBron. But let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
Durant, so effective inside.
You love the efficiency of that play. Kevin Durant on the interior. Yes, sir.
It's James on the wing, guarded by Durant. James goes in, and he goes big with the dunk right over Kevin Durant.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
And Doncic hammers it home.
Well, Luka can get himself into the paint with consistency, and boy, does he make that a high percentage finish.
In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Outside Booker. Jacks up a 3. Rebound, the Lakers. Vanderbilt's got 4 rebounds in the game. James finds Hayes. Outside Finney-Smith. Back to Hayes. Got it. Good job in the low post.
The assist.
And now it's a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Booker with it. Guarded now by Finney-Smith. And Booker with the jam.
Booker is always on the attack. That's nice.
Here's Doncic. Outside Finney-Smith. 35 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Back to Doncic. Screen by James. From the corner. Phoenix grabs the miss.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
A nice shot by Booker.
Booker playing a little bit of cat and mouse, smart enough to know when it's better to pull up.
Screen by James. Kevin Durant with a rebound. Now here's Booker. Oh, he goes right over LeBron and slams it down.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Here's Durant. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back after this word.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums. They're thinking about the shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Boy, we're seeing a tremendous game from Devin Booker.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And the Lakers, looking at who they've got. They've got Rui Hachimura. He's out there with Connect. Alex Len is out there with Austin Reeves. And it's Goodwin in at the 2. Here's Reeves. Hachimura outside. And there's Reeves. That one's good on the assist from Hachimura. And the Lakers lead by 3. And here are the Suns. Here's Beal. Pass to Allen. Here's Lee. Just 5 on the clock. For the tie. Here's Iguodaro. Soft touch off the glass.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out.
And to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
The drive by Reeves. Now here's Hachimura. He's covered by O'Neal. Hachimura against Beal. And it's Hachimura missing. The Suns trailing. And here's Beal. Counted and the foul. It's on Rui Hachimura.
Boy, that is a rugged finish from Beal. Absorbs the hit, guides it in. Nice.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success, and anything short of that is a failure.
Here's Lee. Hachimura covering. Charity stripe shot. Again, the Suns good for 2. Lakers trail by 3. Reeves with the ball. Pass to Hachimura. Back to Reeves. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Lets it go from deep. Iguodaro grabs a miss. The Suns have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
This is his second trip to the line in the game.
Second team foul.
First free throw is good. Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
Beal against Reeves. And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first free throw is good. And so he hits both.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Phoenix leading by 3. Now Beal. There's the drive. Uses the glass on the layup. Beal's got 6 points.
Boy, this guy's so springy from the 2-guard position. Just incredible athleticism by Bradley Beal on the drive.
On the wing, Reeves. And there's the screen. Up and in on the layup. Reeves has got his second bucket on the night.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Beal against Reeves. Beal surveying the D. Connects from downtown. Beal's got 9 points in the quarter.
Well, that is so easy for Bradley Beal. From 3, no problem.
Hachimura with a screen on Beal. Beal against Reeves. Pass to Goodwin. Deflects the pass. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Allen.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Shot is good by Reeves.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Over to the left wing. There's 47 seconds left in the third. Here's Iguodaro. The shot, no good. Hachimura with the defensive effort. Here's Goodwin, still without a bucket. Pass to Lin. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
We've always talked about Alex Len's natural tools, and he can assault the rim on a consistent basis.
Beal outside. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Second personal foul.
Austin Reeves picks one up.
It was a strong move. The shot's just a little off.
And these will be his second and third shots at the line here. And Beal drops them both. James deciding where to go with it. Got it up. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Phoenix. And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Lakers trail by 3. They've got Devin Booker. Kevin Durant is out there with Bol Bol. Then there's Nick Richards, and it's Dunn in at the shooting guard. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Here's Doncic in the paint. Luka.
That's a high percentage look for Luka Doncic. He is a menace if he gets that deep.
It's Booker on the wing. Check by James. Durant against Vanderbilt. Hold, screen on Vanderbilt. Here's Durant. Nails the baby hook.
And coming down the stretch, you just can't afford that type of defensive breakdown.
And right now, neither side can get a stop. Looks like both coaches will have plenty of material for the film room.
And Doncic hammers it home.
I'll tell you, some people question the athleticism of Luka Doncic, but boy, he loves to dunk on occasion and let you hear about it.
On the wing, Durant, guarded by Vanderbilt. From outside the arc. Durant, no good. The Lakers trail. Now here's Doncic to take the lead. Doncic, count it.
Well, Luka Doncic relishes the opportunity to control the action, and right now he is cooking the defense.
And it's rejected. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. And here's James. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Richards has got 5 rebounds in the game. Durant with it. From deep. Here's Richards. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Durant against James. Outside, Finney-Smith. Tries again. Here's Doncic. Oh, Luka cleans it up and scores the basket.
Was there ever a doubt they'd go to Luka Doncic? This guy is a big-time performer.
Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now.
Game, 2 minutes.
James outside. Shot clock at 6. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. With the clock winding down. Oh, LeBron got a step. Can't let him do that.
We all know LeBron wants to take these shots. When the pressure is at its highest, he does not shy away from making the play his team needs.
Booker against James. Goes up on the wing. Booker's shot is good.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Doncic deciding where to go with it. Crafty move. And it's good on the lay-in. And the Lakers lead by 4.
Doncic relishes the opportunity to deliver in big moments, and my goodness, embrace the spotlight, young man.
Los Angeles.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
They've been all about high percentage looks in this game, working the ball inside and doing whatever it takes to get it to go.
Also, I just love how hard they've taken the ball to the rack. They've made a point of attacking, and it's led to them getting buckets.
Doncic, a screen on Durant. James, outside. Screen by James. From deep, here's Doncic. And knocks down the 3.
The defense has to know they're going to get a steady diet of three-point shooting from Luka.
The deep 3 from Durant. They get it back. Second chance effort. And he sinks it. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
And this is something this guy takes pride in, capitalizing on second chance opportunities.
Now here's Doncic. Defense right on him. Screen by James. Doncic outside. Puts up a 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
They should have a play prepared for this scenario. Little time, you need a 3. Of course, the D will be guarding the line, but no one said it was going to be easy. And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
Greg, this is all about execution. Can you free an open man from the three-point line? That's what it comes down to.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Here's Doncic. Oh, no good! We're headed for overtime. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. We've got more hoops coming your way. And well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Now Booker. They've got Kevin Durant. Nick Richards out there with Bol. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's done in at the 2. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And it's Doncic missing. And it's Dorian Finney-Smith with the foul. That's his first foul. Phoenix making a switch here.
Coming on the floor for your Suns, number 4. Oso Iguodala.
And so it's Booker with it. He brings it up for the Phoenix Suns. Durant against James. Left side Durant. That's his 6th make in 11 tries.
This is when you need a defensive presence, but it's just not happening.
It seems to me a lack of effort and a lack of communication, and it's happening to both sides here late in the game.
Durant against James. It's stolen by Dunn. And now the Suns fast break. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
What a good pass. I mean, Booker's so unselfish, showing he's not just a finisher.
James outside. Misses the 3. Phoenix leading by 4. It's stolen by Doncic. Pass to Hayes. Puts it up from 12. Doncic passes to Vanderbilt. Doncic against Durant. Clock at 6. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Well, a great offensive player keeps defenders off balance. Luka Doncic does just that.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. Doncic hits them both.
In a close game, it's great to have guys you can count on to knock down free throws.
A little over a minute and a half gone now in overtime. Here's Durant. And Durant slams it home.
Kevin Durant calmly steps into that shot with the game hanging in the balance. Love it.
James. Oh, LeBron. Just too much to handle inside.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Pass to Iguodala. To the inside. Here's Bull. Yes!
And the stakes were high right there. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Out to James. Cash. And that one brings them within 1.
We often see LeBron James with the ball in his hands creating for himself or others. That time, a little catch and shoot, the easy one for LeBron.
Here's Booker. Durant with a screen on James.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Pass to Vanderbilt to take the lead. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
14-5.
And a free throw, no good. And so here's Phoenix. Now here's Durant. And he hits it! Oh, but hang on now. Hold everything. The officials want to review it. Well, we thought they... Reviewing it. Maybe that wasn't a buzzer beater after all. The crew has made their decision. The basket is good. He got it off in time.
And even though he had it right from the start, great idea to double check it, especially when it comes to a game.
It's a and the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Julius Randle is out there with Reed. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. And for Phoenix, they've got Dunn. Nick Richards out there with Durant. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's O'Neal in at the 3. There's a good screen. Greg, we know these teams among the best defensive squads in the NBA. This figures to be a low-scoring affair.
But it should be an entertaining one, Kevin. And if you're a fan of high-intensity, high-energy defense, there's a lot to love about this matchup.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
Shots good by Booker.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Buries it from three-point range. Edwards got 5 points so far.
Well, it doesn't matter where he is on the court. If Edwards likes a look, he's going to take it.
The drive by Booker. The rebound by Edwards.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Reed with a screen on Dunn. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Now here's Booker over Edwards. And that one hits back iron. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Hey, Coach, what about Naz Reid after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing him, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal.
Dunn with some nice D. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Richards, no good.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, that's one he'd like to have back. Those are the opportunities you have to convert.
Edwards, that's good.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Durant, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Anywhere Durant can find a shot, he can make a shot. That certainly includes the mid-range.
Reed with a screen on Dunn. Beyond the arc. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Devin Booker is a 3-level scoring threat. He said, I'm just reading coverages and taking what the defense gives me. That's a mid-range jumper, which analytically people say is the highest percentage shot. Myself, it's a good one. I've shot it pretty much my whole life. Kevin?
And David, doesn't it show? Wow, he is something else. Hey, thank you. Now, here's Dunn, 6 to shoot. Dunn sets a screen for Durant.
What effort from Randle, putting in work on the defensive end.
And it's Durant missing. Edwards looking it over. And Edwards slams it in.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
And with this core of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for him.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
DiVincenzo passes to Reed. That one good for 2.
Tossing a pass to the interior. That's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
54 seconds left in the first quarter. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Reed with the screen on dime. Edwards up top. Reed. DiVincenzo passes to Reed. Fires for three. And DiVincenzo is good for three.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Now here's Booker. 7 points in the game. Here is Edwards. Reed with a screen for Edwards. Driving inside. Now here's DiVincenzo. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And so it's Minnesota with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
We've got Booker. Royce O'Neal is out there with Durant. Then there's Dunn, and it's Richards in at the 5. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Reed with a screen on Booker. Edwards kicks to Reed. Back to Edwards. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Suns trail by 9. GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
Over in the corner, Randall. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And here's Phoenix. Durant rising up.
Oh, rising up for the throwdown. I love seeing KD finish with some power.
DiVincenzo with the screen for Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. Edwards against Booker. A beautiful finish inside by Ant.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
KD, a screen on McDaniel. Outside, KD. Driving in, and then Durant with the dunk.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
Edwards kicks to DiVincenzo. Randall a screen on Booker. A 3 for DiVincenzo. Suns trail by 7. Booker on the move. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And once Booker has some momentum, get out of his way, throwing himself towards the rim off the drive.
Bucket is good. DiVincenzo's got 10 points in the game.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And Durant, so dangerous as a scorer. He can shoot it from deep, also beat you off the dribble there. He just stops and pops.
DiVincenzo kicks to Reed. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years
to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
And finished off by Edwards.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Randall with a screen for DiVincenzo. Outside for Randall. A three-pointer off the mark. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. 8-point game. Reed with the block. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. 1:21 left to play here in the second quarter. Durant's shot is good. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And here is DiVincenzo. He's got 10. Pass to Reed. Back to DiVincenzo. One-on-one here. Here's Richards. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 5. Randall a screen on Booker. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Suns have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10.
And this is how you convert in transition. Booker running the floor well and being rewarded for it.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Edwards against Dunn. A three for DiVincenzo. Connects from three-point range. DiVincenzo's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Timberwolves. McDaniels against Booker. Right side, Kevin Durant. Misses from short range.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
And so it's Minnesota with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. They've got Miller, also Rudy Gobert out there, and it's Minot in at the small forward spot. Suns trail by 6. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them, but not last year as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you gotta look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Alexander Walker passes to Gobert. Iguodala grabs the rebound. And for the Suns, they're shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Timberwolves leading by 4. Here's Shannon. No scoring in this one, and that one drops for him. Here's Bull, and it falls over the rim and in.
Nice unselfish passing there by Beal. He knows he can't do it all by himself.
Miller with a screen on Allen. Alexander Walker passes to Miller. Back to Alexander Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Driving to the basket. Good. And the Timberwolves lead by 6. Suns have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. It's Beal on the wing, defended by Alexander Walker. Trains it from beyond the arc.
And that's money from Beal. He's so crafty at finding space in that deep corner.
Alexander Walker passes to Gobert. Iguodala grabs the rebound. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. To the paint, it's stolen by Gobert. Here's Miller. Pass to Shannon. The three. Rebounded by Allen. Suns trail by 3. You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you ask, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
Alexander Walker off on the layup. Suns have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-hand shots to fall. 80% since the break. Right side, Beal. Lee outside. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Minnesota's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Miller with a screen on Lee. Out to Miller. Lets the 3 fly, and he's good on the 3 ball. Miller's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Beal deciding where to go with it. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Alexander Walker passes to Miller. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Here's Alexander Walker to the left wing. Here's Minot. No good on the triple. Suns trail by 4. To the middle. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's Alexander Walker. He drains the quick shot. Alexander Walker's got his second bucket of the night. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Allen. T right on him. Pass the Bull. Back to Allen. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Here's Bull. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Here's Shannon. And Bull sends it back. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Timberwolves lead by 4. And do not go away as we'll be back in just... And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Suns trail by 4. They've got Royce O'Neal. Dunn is out there with Booker. Then it's Nick Richards. And it's KD in at the 4-man position. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Booker's shot is good.
Just on fire tonight. Devin Booker is feeling it, folks.
DiVincenzo with the screen on Dunn. Here's Edwards. Outside for Randall. Back to Edwards. Edwards making a statement.
Well, once Edwards saw his opening, it was game over. He delights in sticking it to you like this.
The drive by Booker. Basket counts.
And that was the right call. But when you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Edwards. Whoa, a little extra right there from Edwards.
Well, just look at that power. Edwards is unbelievable.
Done against DiVincenzo. Outside Durant. Kept alive. Dunn kicks to O'Neal. Richards passes to O'Neal. Shot clock at 6. To tie it up. Durant money from deep.
KD could sit out there all day and nail threes if the defense lets him.
DiVincenzo with the screen on dime. Edwards finds Reed. O'Neal with the rebound. Phoenix has gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Randall against KD. Tough 2 from Durant.
Taking the hit there, Durant, so hard to stop.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Trailing by 2. Edwards drawing the double team. Pass to DiVincenzo. His three-pointers off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that's in.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
They've got to be careful. A big key to beating them is keeping Booker off the line as much as possible.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Edwards, a screen on Booker. Edwards against Booker. Pass to Reed. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Traps in the tray. McDaniels got his first 3 points of the game.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
KD, a screen on McDaniel. And the dunk by Booker.
How about the focus from Booker? I mean, refusing to let anything stop him from getting that basket.
Here's DiVincenzo. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Booker looking around. Into the lane. Out to KD. And it's good off the back rim and in. Now it's a 5-point Suns lead.
But when you need a bucket, he's your guy.
Edwards with it. Now guarded by Booker. And the basket is good. He's got a chance here for one more at the line. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
Anthony Edwards, shooting one. The game is under video review under NBA rules. There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And Edwards with the stop.
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
Dunn looking over the floor. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
Wow, missed opportunity from point-blank range. You got to make those.
Reed with a screen for Edwards. A floater. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Jaden McDaniel, first personal foul, second team foul.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball or just milk those last seconds away.
Third team foul.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. Bowl, he's checked in for the Suns.
Taking 2 shots.
That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
Yeah, this one isn't over, but they can't afford to waste any time now.
DiVincenzo with the screen for Edwards. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Got it up in time. Gets the game winner to fall. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. So for Stan Van Gundy.
NBA. So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Nas Reed out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. And for the Lakers, we've got Jared Vanderbilt. Luka Doncic is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Hayes in at the 5, down low. Richard, what do you expect to see from this guard matchup?
These guys are lethal one-on-one, but I think the key is to keep their teammates involved, playing unselfish basketball.
James, a screen on McDaniels. James, outside. Five on the clock. Vanderbilt, a screen on Randle. Here's Doncic. Here's Vanderbilt. Reed with the rebound.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, another highlight reel play from Anthony Edwards. Oh, this guy is fun.
Randle against James. And there's the drive. And slam dunk by James.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Here's DiVincenzo. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Now here's Doncic. Here's Vanderbilt. Reed with the rebound. And here's Minnesota now. It's Edwards on the wing. Randle, a screen on Doncic. Here's Edwards. Outside for Randle, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by James.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Nails it from 3. Edwards has got 5.
Shooting the 3 with confidence. That's exactly what this team needs from Edwards.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic with the jam.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Here's Randle. The Lakers getting their last shot to go.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Back to James. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Drains the triple.
When you're guarding LeBron, you have to give him something. So the King, well, he'll take a three-point basket.
Up top, DiVincenzo, guarded by Doncic. Counted, good.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
And it's James with the jam.
Look, getting inside positioning is what he wants. Like, once that man gets in there and gets moving, oh, he's going to finish that down.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. James with the ball, now guarded by McDaniels. Vanderbilt against Edwards. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
1:09 left in the opening quarter. Hey, shot's good.
All eyes on Luka. The defense forgot about his teammates.
And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. Doncic on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. Doncic has got 5 now.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Back to DiVincenzo. Randall on the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from deep. Vanderbilt pulls it in. Vanderbilt's got 4 rebounds now. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Really left him alone that time. He's got 9.
A real threat from the in-between area. LeBron wastes no time firing when he gets to that spot.
Back to Reed, looking to win the run. A slam dunk by Reed.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Back to Doncic, pass to James. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's LeBron James making... And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from what we've seen from the Lakers, what's your take so far?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
So for Minnesota right now, Ed is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. The first one falls. And how about LeBron? Even if he's no longer the clear-cut best player in the league, he can still take over a game, RJ.
Oh, make no mistake, he is still the best when he needs to be. Absolutely has a switch that gets flipped when he needs it. It's not on for 48 minutes, but he can definitely turn it on for a few.
First team foul.
Randle with it. Hayes picks him up. Randle, the pass to Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have Randle with the ball. Just a great passing forward.
Here's Vanderbilt. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic. Timberwolves trail by 5. Outside, DiVincenzo. Off target with the 3.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Now Doncic. He's got 5. James, a screen on DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. DiVincenzo against Doncic. And there's James from the arc. Reed with the rebound. Fast break. Here we go. He goes up.
Oh, yes. Oh, my. Edwards looking to demoralize the defense a little with that one.
Here's Vanderbilt. Kicks it to Doncic. James, a screen on McDaniels. And here's Doncic outside. The shot that time not on target. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's DiVincenzo, and he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, an underrated passer. Randle has a nice feel for the game and is willing to keep his teammates involved.
James, a screen on McDaniels. James, outside. LeBron at full speed. Oh, can't answer back with his own dunk.
You love to see guys challenge one another like that. Advantage to the defense that time.
Pass to Edwards. Richard, you played for... Whoa!
Nice!
What a huge jam!
Gracious.
Big time right there.
And one of the stronger finishers in this game, Anthony Edwards at his best.
Doncic. James against Randle. Doncic, a screen on Randle. Here's James. And slam dunk by James.
Now look, a coach is going to trust LeBron James to just put up monster numbers because that's who he is. But it is nice to see him get into a nice groove like this.
Now here's Edwards. 11 points in the game. Out to DiVincenzo. Randall, a screen on Doncic. For three, DiVincenzo. James with the rebound.
Yeah, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Here's Doncic on the wing. Finney Smith. James outside. Doncic against DiVincenzo. Now here's Doncic, guarded closely. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two. It's on Dante DiVincenzo.
Defenders have to play Doncic tightly. He knows that and uses the pump fake to his advantage.
Doncic hits them both. Timberwolves trail by 3. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. The kick out to Edwards. For 3, Randall. That one falls. He's now 1 for 3.
Yeah, as a shooter, Randall can be practically automatic. He gets the ball and immediately has a shot cooking.
Doncic passes to Hayes. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He has 6. Outside Reed. Back to DiVincenzo. Reed, a screen on Doncic. Here's DiVincenzo, and Minnesota again with a bucket. Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Doncic with it. DiVincenzo picks him up. Here's Finney Smith. Sinks it from distance. Finney Smith's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Few guys distribute better than Doncic. He's got good instincts for when and where to send the ball.
Reed, a screen on James. Outside Reed. Back to Edwards. Oh, a sensational slam by Amp.
And certain nights, Edwards just goes off. Very tough to stop when he's in the zone.
Hayes with a screen on McDaniels. Doncic deciding where to go with it. No good on the buzzer beater. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. It's Los Angeles up by 1. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. You know, LeBron James has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Rui Hachimura is out there with Connect. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then it's Alex Len. And it's Goodwin in at the 2. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Now here's Alexander Walker. And he drives in. Back to Gobert. Pass to Alexander Walker. There's a screen. It's rebounded by Goodwin. The Lakers lead by 4. Reeves with the ball. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Reeves has gotten his first points in this one.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
Picked by Gobert. Here's Alexander Walker. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Connect. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. To the right side. Right wing. Fade away. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
and the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Here's Alexander Walker. The shot comes out. The Lakers in the lead. Richard, it's nice to have the versatility of a guy like Hachimura. Equally comfortable in either forward position.
Well, he's got the size and strength of a modern-day NBA power forward, but he also has the ability to stretch the floor and knock down a three. That's a nice combo.
Free throw good. Hachimura.
At the line for two.
And both free throws good for Hachimura. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Now here's Alexander Walker. He's guarded closely. Miller outside. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. And Reeves has got the ball here for Los Angeles. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Hachimura outside. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Now here's Gobert. Still no points. Outside, Alexander Walker going inside. Len pulls it in. Los Angeles leading by 8. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Hachimura outside. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Timberwolves have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime.
Lakers foul. Goodwin. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
A minute 50 left in the third. Here's Shannon. He's covered by Reeves. He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
That's his first personal foul.
And he makes the first.
Team foul. Shooting for Minnesota.
And so he makes both from the line. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Outside Reeves. Out to Hachimura. This one for 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Here's Shannon. Gobert. They shoot again. Hachimura with a rebound. Los Angeles leading by 6. Here's Goodwin. Driving inside. Pass to connect. 59 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Here's Hachimura. Good. Hachimura's got 6 points.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Gobert. And the jam by Gobert.
An awesome athlete. It's fun watching Gobert get up and hammer it down with force.
Hachimura, the pass to Goodwin. Back to Hachimura. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Here's Shannon. The 3-ball. He buries it from 3. Shannon's got 5 points now this quarter. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Reeves up top. Got it off in time. No good. Would have counted had it gone. The third quarter comes to a close. Lakers ahead. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. this is one of those times.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And a look now at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth quarter. And he's at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Naz Reid out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. Now here's Doncic. 5 on the clock. Out to James. Oh, and Reid with a block. And he's able to get it back. Timberwolves trail by 5. Pass to Randle. And it's Randle with the jam.
Wow. Julius Randle. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
Vanderbilt, a screen on Randle. James passes to Vanderbilt. James deciding where to go with it. Punching it inside. LeBron.
In the paint, LeBron James is capable of running right over the defender. That is athletic.
Reid, a screen on Doncic. DiVincenzo, pass to Reid. Drops in the 3.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
And it gets that one.
Oh, Luka is so skilled at using his body to create good looks inside.
DiVincenzo, pass to Reid. And here's McDaniels. Here he goes, and the basket is good.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
Now here's Doncic. James, outside. Pass to Hayes. Off target at the rim. Goes back up. James inside. Checked by Randle. Here's Hayes. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Doncic finds James. And the 3 off target. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. Reid sets a screen to tie it up. And DiVincenzo finishes it off. It's a tie ball game.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
James can't get it to go.
Defense got to roll the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
Edwards against Vanderbilt. Edwards, the pass to Randle. And it's Randle with the jam.
Oh, a rugged competitor. Randle's teammates trust his ability to make plays in big moments.
McDaniels against Doncic. Pass to Hayes. Outside Finney-Smith. Here's James. Shot's blocked. Edwards looking for an opening. Tipped. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. Floats one. And DiVincenzo with the lay-in. Good. And it's a 4-point Timberwolves lead.
Making the floater look this smooth is not as easy as it looks. It's a challenging shot.
And James puts up a deep 3. They get it back. Oh, throw it down. Wow.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
58 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. DiVincenzo against Doncic. Reid sets a screen. Shot clock at 6. 3-pointer. Vanderbilt pulls it in. James outside. Doncic up top. outside Finney Smith. No good on the triple. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop.
Second team foul.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, they wanted every last one of those, and he delivered, making it a 2-possession game.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. 15 seconds left in the fourth. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
Good on the first, and that puts him up
Shooting
5.
for Minnesota. Now Reed.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Cool, calm, and collected. Say that 3 times fast. He makes them all and puts this game away.
Pass to Finney Smith. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. So we see the Timberwolves get the win. All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaFleur.
One to the end. NBA on 2K Sports. So the opening lineup for the Suns. We've got Durant, Nick Richards out there with Bol. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's done in at the 2-guard. And for the Lakers, Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then there's Hayes. Then it's James. And it's Doncic in at the 1 spot. Greg, we're sure to see a lot of quality basketball here tonight, given the veteran talent on both sides.
Yeah, tremendously high IQs from both teams, so expect a clean game. And some of these players have been through it all in this league.
Good on the shot.
Luka is a massive guard. He can do damage inside just as easily as outside.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. I asked him about his team's plan in trying to contain Kevin Durant. He said, I don't think you can contain Kevin Durant. Our focus is trying to have him take tough shots. Hope he misses most of them. We'll see if they can put any pressure on KD tonight, guys.
All right, David, thanks. That was something to see.
Good. Man, I like seeing LeBron throw it down, especially when he decides to do it with a little flavor.
There's the pick. Here's Booker. That's tipped. James outside. From deep. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. James has got 5 now.
All systems are on go when LeBron has the ball behind the arc.
And LeBron, the only player to reach 40,000 points in his career. Clark, you're shaking your head. It's incredible, isn't it?
Absolutely remarkable, Kevin. And I did not think I would see it in my lifetime. 40,000 points. Just the sound of that is ridiculous. And, you know, he not only has lived up to the hype that has followed him since he was 15 years old, he's actually exceeded it, Kevin, which is crazy.
5 to shoot. Here's Doncic. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And Jared Vanderbilt gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Booker against James. Booker inside.
Tell you what, like with most players, when Doncic is aggressive on defense, it makes a difference and causes his coaches to smile.
Hayes the pass to Doncic. Clock at 6. James way outside. The offensive rebound. For the 3. Here's Hayes, and Hayes throws it down.
And forget about finesse. This big fella's all about the power.
First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Durant against Vanderbilt. To the inside. Bull the pass to Richards. Inside. And the dunk by LeBron.
Superb timing by LeBron on that alley-oop.
With the assist.
And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. They trail by 7. And Clark for the Lakers. Their last 2 seasons ended in playoff losses to the Denver Nuggets.
And I tell you what, they fought hard both times, Kevin. The point differential was only 24 points over the 4 games in 2023 and just 11 points in 2024. LA actually led most of the 5-game series, but weren't able to advance.
Here's Doncic. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
That's the weight room strength of Doncic right there, fully displayed.
Ball, a screen on James. Booker with no one around. Rebound the Lakers.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
44 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And a deep 3 from Doncic. An absolute pound from 3-point range. Doncic has got his 3rd basket of the night. The drive by Booker. Nifty move. It's hauled in by LeBron.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Doncic against Dunn. James outside. 6 to shoot. Offline with his 3. Jumps up. Here's Booker. Action coming off the assist from KD. Booker's got 6.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And don't go away. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
We got Luka Doncic. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Jackson Hayes. And it's James in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. With 3, Booker outside for Durant. Jacks up a 3. So smooth on the 3 from Durant.
Silky corner shot by Durant. He is so confident in his ability to hit from that range.
And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again. KD is right at the top of that list.
Clark, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches, and we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway, but we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
KD against James. LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. Puts up a deep 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Now Booker. He's got 8. Pass to Richards. Back to Booker. The 3. Luka Doncic grabs the miss. Lakers leading by 9. James kicks to Finney-Smith. Back to James. Absorbing hits on the drive.
Yet another stellar night for LeBron offensively so far. In some ways, he's just unstoppable.
Here's Booker, and the dunk by Booker.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, there was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Dunn passes to Richards. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Greg in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
Yeah, they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the...
Oh, LeBron does it again!
You know, once he takes that first step, LeBron is virtually unstoppable. Raw athleticism gives him the upper hand.
They set the pick, and it's Dunn penetrating. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Richards.
No surprise there. I mean, realizing he has the size advantage, he exploits it perfectly.
Doncic against Dunn. Doncic powers it home.
Can't let Doncic get the positioning he seeks, or he'll dunk all over you.
Suns trail by 9. Here's Booker, and the dunk by Booker.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Oh, dynamic two-hand jam.
And right in the face of the defender.
Yeah, that was a tough, gritty, sandpaper-like finish.
The Suns shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower.
James with a deep three. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut to just 1 point on the basket from Durant. James in the post. KD's on him. And LeBron James gets it to go.
Fighting through contact. Not easy trying to corral LeBron when he's focused on scoring. Good luck with that.
And here's Booker from the arc. And it's Luka with the rebound. In the corner, it's James. From outside the arc. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Lost. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. They've got O'Neal. Grayson Allen is out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Iguodala in its center, locking down the middle. It's Beal on the wing. He's defended by Reeves. Reeves against Beal. Count that bucket.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Reeves left side. Len with it. He's picked up by Lee. And Connect gets it to go.
You have to stay attached to Connect. He's a terrific off-ball threat.
As a junior college product, Dalton Connect, Greg, didn't have a traditional path to the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, spent 2 years at a JC, 2 more at a small Division I program, then used his extra year of eligibility to transfer to Tennessee, and there he became a first-team All-American and turned himself into a first-round pick.
Here's Goodwin, and he makes good on the way. And now it's an 8-point Los Angeles lead.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
O'Neal inside. He's defended by Reed. He gets that one. O'Neal's got his first points in this one.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
From deep, Reeves. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Down low. Iguodala, no good. Lakers leading by 9. Here's Hachimura. Can't hit that one. O'Neal with the defensive effort. And here's O'Neal. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Iguodala.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
Hachimura with a screen on Beal. Fires from deep. Hachimura, no good. Suns trail by 7. Allen surveying the D. Castro O'Neal. 5 on the clock. The 3 ball. They get it again. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
And it's Goodwin in the corner. Back to Reeves. The shot is good off the backboard. Reeves has got 5 points so far.
Terrific accuracy on that pass. That's how you lead your teammate.
There's Beal with the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Reeves against Beal. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Pass to Hachimura. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now it's an 8-point Los Angeles lead.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Here's Beal, and finished off by Beal.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Takes a 3. And the call will be against Alex Len. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
9 seconds left in the third. Outside, Beal takes the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Now it's just a 3-point Laker lead. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Lakers ahead, leading by 3. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got LeBron James, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then there's Luka Doncic, and it's Hayes in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Booker pulls it in. Suns trail by 3. And Bull wide open. He shoots. That's good, and it's KD with the assist.
3 points.
Durant's got his 3rd assist on the night. And here is LeBron. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Here's Hayes. Kicks it out to James. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kevin Durant. You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
Here's Booker. It's rebounded by Hayes. The Lakers in the lead. To the middle. Here's Vanderbilt. And here's Doncic from the arc. The rebound by Richards. Richards got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Booker. To take the lead. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. LeBron with it. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hayes, defended by Booker. The rebound by Richards. Richards got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Bull. Durant in the corner. And the Suns miss again. Lakers have gone 0-3 to start the fourth quarter. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. To the inside. Bull with it. Working on Hayes. Bull kicks to Dunn. Clock at 6. To the paint. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Floats it up for James. Hayes the pass to James. No problem knocking that one down. James has got 22.
He's such a clutch shooter. He just lives for the big shot.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. And Jared Vanderbilt gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Here's Booker. Inside, Richards. And that one is hammered home.
Great timing by Booker, setting up his teammates for success. I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Come on now, look. Sit back and enjoy the fireworks. Nothing better than good offense.
Here's LeBron. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with LeBron. I mean, he's a clever shooter who knows how to draw fouls. He uses his body really well.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
The way they've been able to consistently get past the defense and to the cup has been most impressive. They've almost made it look pedestrian.
And the other thing you notice is how committed they've been to playing with the pass, constantly moving that ball from one side to the other.
Hey, it's all about W's for Durant. I mean, he understands that feeding open teammates is how you make that happen.
James fires from way outside. It's good from long range. LeBron's got 8 points in the quarter.
There is no doubt about who they were going to on that one. Of course not. LeBron coming through.
Dunn dishes the ball. Over Finney-Smith. Good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Showing he can step up when the team needs him. Bowl there with a big basket.
That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And here is Los Angeles now. Teardrop shot. It counts.
That's why you give him the rock. Doncic deserves the ball because he can deliver in the clutch.
Booker against James. Here's the 3. No good from Booker.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now. Somebody lit a fire under Kevin Durant.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
And an intentional foul right there.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul.
He hits the first one, and then he'll take a 4-point lead.
LeBron James.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. And Mike Budenholzer is called a timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Booker against James. KD a screen on James. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. It's in! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
And the second of 2 is good. That will put them up by 2. And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. What do you think we're going to see here?
I think you attack the rim here, get the ball close to the goal, and that way, even if you miss, you might have a chance for the putback.
Durant for 3. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. What a show they put up. All right, David, thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg.